Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the class. I hope you all are safe and healthy too. In this session 5, we are going to understand the 6 important formulas, their derivation, based on which you can start the 7.4 exercise from NCERT. Right? So, first we'll go with the derivation of the 6 formulas one after the other by using the substitution technique, which you have already studied in the last session. Apart from that, we are going to use some partial fraction method, right? For the first two formulas, and rest four formulas we will go for the substitution technique. So let's have a discussion on that. I am taking the first formula here. See, कि 1 upon x square minus a square dx, right? So if you look at the denominator of this function, it is factorizable into linear factors, that is x plus a into x minus a. Wherever it is possible, like to get the factors of the denominator, we will use a technique which we called as partial fraction technique. Partial fraction technique. Fine. So this you will also study in detail in the next exercise, right? So only we need a very introductory part of this technique to solve this formula, right? So what I am going to do here, just factorize this into linear factors like x minus rx plus a into x minus a dx, right? Then factorize or split this fraction into simplest fraction just by writing this numerator as a difference of these two factors. Difference of these two factors, linear factors. So what I can do like this, x plus a minus x minus a. If in this way, if I write the numerator, that is just a difference of these two factors, you will see minus x plus x will get cancelled, a plus a, 2a is a constant is left. So to make the balance of the quotient, I need to divide the same with 2a, right? So basically what I have done is कि numerator को मैंने क्या किया कि इस factors का difference में express किया, और जो भी कांस्टेंट बच रहा है उस कांस्टेंट को बैलेंस के लिए क्या करा, मैंने उसी कांस्टेंट से डिवाइड भी किया. Thereafter, I am going to separate these fractions into simplest fractions. Like if I separate the fraction x plus a get cancelled, I will be left with 1 minus x minus a dx minus, if I separate again, so x minus a get cancelled, I will be left with x plus a into dx. Now it is very easy to reduce them into a formulas because it is in the form of 1 by x. So its formula reduced to what? Log of log x format, right? You know the formula of 1 by x. Integral of 1 by x dx will be log mod x. Very important point regarding this formula is wherever the derivative of denominator is 1, where the derivative of denominator is 1, you can use this formula directly. Let us say a 1 by x formula it is there, and if we observe the derivative of x minus a, derivative of x minus a is what? 1. Here also derivative of x minus x plus a is also 1. So you can directly apply the formula to get the answer. But if the derivative is not coming in that way, then the next step will be there, that is substitution technique. फिलहाल यहाँ हम लोग डायरेक्टली अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. So I is equal to 1 by 2a into, it reduced to log of modulus x minus a minus log of modulus x plus a, plus c will be there. So I is equal to 1 by 2a into, it reduced to what? Log m minus log n, log m by n. So this becomes the formula of the integral. Means if the question is in the form of 1 upon x square minus a square, its integral can be directly solved by using this formula. Only you need to substitute the value of a here to get the answer. Just for example, I am writing one question. I want to find the integral of x square minus 9 dx. So how can I use this formula to get the answer? Just by writing 9 as 3 square. Then I know in place of a I have to write 3. Directly I can write this formula here. I 2 into 3 into log of modulus x minus 3 upon x plus 3 plus 3. This is my answer. Over. In single step you can finish the answer by using this formula. So that is why you need to remember these 6 formulas in a sequence in very thoroughly, right? It's going to play a very important role in the subsequent concepts. Now in the same manner, I can also solve the second formula derivation. In the same way, we will go for the next formula derivations one after the other. Fine. So I am taking again the question number 2. Question number 2. You can see what is there, a square minus x square dx. Again, if you observe the denominator, which is factorizable into linear factors, hence I can again go with the same partial fraction technique. So first I will factorize this denominator as simple a plus x into a minus x form, and then I will express the numerator as the difference of these two factors, right? So ultimately I can write it as a minus x minus simply addition. You can write addition of these two factors. See, if I write the addition of these two factors, what I am going to get? देखिए आप, मैंने सिर्फ क्या करा, न्यूमरेटर को सम ऑफ दिस फैक्टर्स इसलिए लिखा था क्योंकि माइनस एक्स प्लस एक्स गेट कैंसिल होता है. यू आर ओनली लेफ्ट विथ 2a. टू मेक द बैलेंस आई कैन डिवाइड दिस इनटू 2a, divide by 2a. So this will be balanced. Now I can break the fraction into simplest fractions as we are already discussed in the same manner. So if I separate the factors, so a minus x will get cancelled. We are left with a plus x dx plus 1 upon a plus x get cancelled, a minus x dx. Now again it in the form of 1 by x. So its integration is log x, and why I can write directly log of this x, because a plus x derivative is 1. That is why I can directly use a formula here. So 1 by 2a into log of modulus a plus x plus, it is also in the form of 1 by x. I can write log x, but the derivative of a minus x is not 1, it is minus 1. So if you are applying log x, so if the constant is left, that is derivation of this constant is left, that will go in the what, divide form. जो भी constant होगा वो constant यहाँ divide में आएगा, 1 upon its derivative into log of modulus a minus x. ये कुछ नहीं है, सिर्फ एक सब्स्टिट्यूशन टेक्निक है. हम a माइनस एक्स को t लेट करें, a माइनस एक्स को t लेट करें तो भी आप इस अप्रोच में आ जाओगे. बट हमें थोड़ा लेंथ को रिड्यूस करने के लिए हमने क्या किया, डायरेक्टली 1 बाई एक्स को log x लिखा, और इस फैक्टर का जो भी डेरिवेटिव होगा उस डेरिवेटिव को क्या लिखना, हमें 1 अपॉन में लिखना है. अगर इसका डेरिवेटिव 2 होता तो मैं लिखता 1 बाई 2. डेरिवेटिव यहां -2 होता तो मैं लिखता 1 बाई -2 ऑफ log x formula. It will save your time. Otherwise you can go with simply by assuming it as t and go with the substitution technique. Definitely within 2 steps you will be approaching this. Now you can see what left finally. I is equal to 1 by 2a into log of a plus x minus log of a minus x plus c. Again the form of log m minus log n. The final answer would be 1 by 2a into log of a plus x by a minus x plus c. So this is the final answer, our derivation of the integral of in the form of 1 by a square minus x square. So friends, here you have understood the derivation of first two formulas, right? Here in the first two formula, denominator is able to factorize into linear factors. So that's why I have used the partial fraction technique. But if you observe the question, formula number 3, 4, 5 and 6, denominator is not able to get into a factors. In this case, you need a substitution technique to derive these formulas. So here for the rest of the 4, we'll definitely go for the substitution technique. Okay, let's have a look on this. Question formula number 3, we'll see formula number 3, integral of 1 upon x square plus a square dx. Its answer you need to prove 1 by a tan inverse of x by a plus c is always there. Now here to simplify this, you can easily get an idea what the substitution will work. It is in the form of x square plus a square. Then we'll put, right, we'll put x is equal to a tan theta, or you may also take a cot theta. There are two chances, but I am taking a tan theta preferably. If I put x is equal to a tan theta, when I substitute something in the question, I need to change dx also. For that again you need to do the derivative of this function. So derivative with respect to what they called as theta we are doing. Hence dx by d theta is equal to tan theta derivative is sec square theta. So finally dx is going to replace like a sec square theta into d theta. So this is the dx value and this is the value of x. So these two are going to change in the question. So question is now modified as 1 upon a square tan square theta plus a square into a sec square theta into d theta. So now you can see here a square is a common factor, right? So ultimately the remaining is tan square theta plus 1 is reduced to sec square theta into a into sec square theta, correct? So sec square theta get cancelled, 1 a is get cancelled, you are left with 1 by a 1 into d theta, and the integration of 1 with respect to theta is theta only. That's it. And again you need to change theta into original variable. From here theta will be written as here from here x by a is equal to tan theta. Then theta will be what? Tan inverse of x by a. So theta will be tan inverse of x by a. So at the end we are going to change here to get the final answer. Tan inverse of x by a, x upon a. So finally the answer is this. So if the integral in the form of 1 upon x square plus a square, this can be directly written as 1 by a into tan inverse of x by a plus c by using this formula. So formulas are always help us to reduce the length of the question. That's why we need to remember and we need to apply. Okay. So this is the derivation. we have solved this derivation by using the substitution technique, where we have substituted x is equal to a tan theta, whichever is suitable. In a similar manner, to solve rest of the questions also, we are going to use the substitution technique. Fine. Now, so we have solved the 1, 2, 3 and the fourth one. Fourth one. What is the formula here? 1 upon under root of a square minus x square dx. We need to prove it as sine inverse of x by a plus c. So to solve this question, we are taking the substitution here. X is equal to a sine theta, or you may also proceed with a cos theta. So preferably I am taking x is equal to, I am taking a sine theta. A is always a constant. Okay, जो भी होगा. Then simply do the derivative on both the side with respect to theta. So ultimately dx by d theta equal to what? A cos theta. So dx is equal to a cos theta into d theta. So dx is going to change, x is going to change in the question itself. So I is equal to 1 upon under root of a square minus a square sine square theta into a cos theta into d theta. So I is equal to, a square is a common factor, then the denominator is reduced to a square cos square theta into a cos theta into d theta. So I is equal to, it is going to reduce as a cos theta into a cos theta into d theta, because they are the perfect squares. A get cancelled, cos get cancelled. We are left with 1 into d theta. So integral of 1 with respect to theta will be theta only, plus c, and we need to change theta again in the original language. From here, theta can be written as sine inverse of x by a. So hence the final answer would be sine inverse of x by a plus c. You got the formula. So this is the derivation of this formula. Again, we have used the substitution technique. While doing the substitution technique, we have to select the perfect T ratio, a suitable T ratio. So this is an art again. And you have already learned what T ratio should be preferable to reduce the expression into a simplest form. There is a purpose to take tan theta, there is a purpose to take sine theta, there is a purpose to take sec theta. Only they are going to convert into a formula or identity. Hence, we were able to get into a simplest form. This is the purpose behind it. Okay, so let's go with the next one. That is a fifth formula. What is the fifth formula here? I am writing the fifth formula, that is 1 upon x square minus a square dx is equal to, its under root of, under root log of modulus of x plus under root x square minus a square plus c. This is an identity we can use. Now again, to get this identity, we are using the substitution technique. Here in the form of x square minus a square, that's why we are substituting x is equal to a sec theta I am using. You may also use cosec theta. There are two options, either a sec theta or a cosec theta, but I generally use sec theta, right, as compared to cosec theta. Fine. If I take x is equal to a sec theta, so then with respect to theta, you need to derive and do the differentiation. So sec theta derivative is what? Sec theta into tan theta. So ultimately dx value is just by multiplying here. And now we are going to change x and dx in the question. So I is equal to 1 upon under root, it become a square sec square theta minus a square, and dx value is a sec theta into tan theta into d theta. Now a square is a common factor, but under root of a square is what? A only. So ultimately we are left with a into under root of sec square theta minus 1 into a into sec theta into tan theta into d theta. Correct. So a get cancelled. I is equal to sec square theta minus 1 is what? Tan square theta, and square root cut tan theta, and that tan theta and this tan theta will get cancelled. We are left with only sec theta and d theta. So sec theta into d theta is left. Now integration of sec theta is log of sec theta plus tan theta plus c. Sec x का इंटीग्रेशन log sec x plus tan x. So hence sec theta का ये इंटीग्रेशन फॉर्मूला है. इसमें हम लोग वापस ओरिजिनल वेरिएबल में एक्सप्रेस करना है, इसलिए sec theta की वैल्यू और tan theta की वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है. That's it. So just tell me the sec theta value from the substitution 1. Sec theta can be written as x upon a. That's it. And tan theta, if sec theta is equal to x upon a, now from the right angle triangle, is this is theta. So base, sorry, hypotenuse upon base, hypotenuse x, and it is this. So it would be what? X square minus a square. Now I can replace tan theta with perpendicular upon base. So under root of x square minus a square by a plus c. So LCM would be a here. So hence it is written as like modulus of x plus under root of x square minus a square by a plus c. Now it is in the form of log m by n. So I can write it as log m minus log n. So here the most important step it is try to understand log m complete numerator minus log n plus c. But as you know, a is a constant, hence log a is a constant. So constant plus constant is again a constant. That's why no need to write two constants in the integral. Hence we reduce them into a single constant. So finally the answer is expressible in shortest form as x plus under root of x square minus a square plus a c. Right? So this is the important step in the derivation of this formula. Right? ये most important है. So now, in the same manner, you can solve the formula number 6. I will give the hint to to get the formula here. It is this 5 and 6 are similar, right? So hence, I'm just giving the hint for this. Just go with the substitution technique by substituting x is equal to a tan theta. Just go with this substitution and follow this completely as it is. You will get the final answer. So I'm leaving this question number, the formula number 6, right, for you people to think and apply. Now, by using these 6 formulas, I have already discussed these derivations and all. Now you need to remember this. What is the use of these 6 formulas? We will take the questions from the exercise itself, right? I will take 4 to 5 sums to understand the use of these formulas, and that's all about this session. Fine. First, I will list out few sums which we are going to discuss over here. How can we solve these questions? I am taking the questions from exercise 7.4. Question number 1 to question number 9 you can take from the exercise except question number 8. Except question number 8. Fine. So first I am taking here the questions which I am going to discuss in the lecture here. Integral of 3x square by x to the power of 6 plus 1 and integral of under root of 1 plus 4x square dx. Dx is always there as a by default one. 1 upon under root of 2 minus x the whole square plus 1 dx. And fourth I am taking 1 by under root of 9 minus 25 x square dx. And the fifth I am taking sec square x by under root of tan square x plus 4. So if you understood these 5 sums, then definitely you will understood the remaining sums. Now see, sometimes the question is directly in this form, standard form. Sometimes you need to go for the substitution technique. Thereafter it reduced to one of these 6 forms. Okay. So just have a look on the first question, how smartly the question is framed. I is equal to, I stands for integral 3x square upon x to the power of 6 plus 1 dx. If you closely observe this question, there is a relation between this factor and this factor. How? Just I am modifying the denominator a small bit, right? I can write this as x cube the whole square and 1 can written as 1 square. So if you observe, the x cube, derivative of x cube is 3x square. Hence, derivative of this function is available, then we can definitely go with substitution technique first. So let the x cube is equal to t, then derivative of this function is 3x square, derivative of t is dt by dx. So ultimately, dx will be dt upon 3x square just by doing cross multiplication. Now we are going to change to dx as well. I is equal to 3x square by, it would be t square plus 1 square into dt by 3x square. So 3x square, 3x square get cancelled. Now you can see the entire sum is perfectly convert into a standard form 1 by x square plus a square form. 1 by x square plus a square form, you can use this formula to finish it off. I is equal to, a stands for 1 only, so 1 by 1 into tan inverse of t by 1 plus c. And 1 by 1 stands for 1 only, no need to write this one, so we are left with only tan inverse t plus c. And at the end, don't forget to replace this parameter into original parameter. So what is the original parameter we have? T stands for x cube. So we need to write the final answer as tan inverse of x cube plus c. So I think you can see wherever you are able to convert them into a standard format, you can directly use a formula to finish the sum. So this is a process where you need a practice by assuming some factors as a TR as a substitution technique where its derivative is available. As you already practiced this substitution technique in the last session, it won't be a problem for you. Then just go with the process, then automatically this sum is going to become a standard form out of these 6 forms and directly use a formula to get the final answer. In a similar manner, we are going to do the question number 2 even. So now it's done. Question number 1. We'll take question number 2. What is question number 2? I is equal to integral of 1 upon under root 1 plus 4x square dx. See, it's not directly in the standard form, you can see here. But if you do some modifications, it will definitely convert into what? One of the standard form. See, if I take 4 as a common factor, let us say there are two ways. I can go with the substitution technique also. Without substitution technique also I can do. So I am doing without substitution technique. I am just taking what? The common factor. The coefficient of x square is 4. If I take 4 as a common factor, then the factor becomes 1 by 4 plus x square inside. And as I know, root 4 value is 2, then ultimately the next step would be 1 by 2 as a constant will come out, and we left with only 1 by 4 plus x square. 1 by 4 can written as 1 by 2 the whole square plus x square dx. Now see how smartly when I take the coefficient of x square as a common factor, it reduced to standard form. Which standard form it is? The formula number 6. 1 by a square plus x square. 1 by a square plus x square. This formula is going to apply. In place of a, 1 by 2 will come. Okay. So I is equal to 1 by 2 into log of modulus x plus under root of x square plus a square. A square means 1 by 2 the square as it is. Plus c. You may also write it as 1 by 4. This would be the final answer. That's all. How simple it is, right? Only by doing a small changes in the question, that question is converted into a standard form, and then go for the formula, get the answer. Now I am going to take the question number 3. In question number 3, what is there? I is equal to integral of 1 upon under root 2 minus x the whole square plus 1 dx. So here, if you closely observe again the question, here by assuming 2 minus x as t, its derivative is minus 1, hence it will be helpful to take the substitution technique. So substitution technique will be considered as a suitable method or suitable technique wherever that factor derivative is becomes a constant, or the factor derivative is available in the question itself. Fine. So here what I am taking, let 2 minus x is equal to t. The derivative of this is minus 1 is equal to dt by dx. So dx is equal to dt upon minus 1. So dx is also going to change. So I is equal to 1 upon under root, it become t square plus 1 into dt upon minus 1 is there, so I can write minus 1 as a common factor. 1 can written as 1 square. Then again it is converted into formula number 6. So just apply the formula number 6 to finish it off. I is equal to minus 1 into log of x means here t, right? So t plus under root of t square plus a square, that is 1 plus c over. And at the end, finally change the t. Minus 1 into log of t stands for this one, 2 minus x. So write down that one, 2 minus x plus 2 minus x the whole square plus 1 plus c over. That's all. Now we'll take again 4 and 5 to get the answers. See कैसे होगा वो भी हम देख लेते हैं. Question number 4 I am taking again. So I is equal to 1 upon under root of 9 minus 25 x square dx. So again the coefficient of x square is not 1, so I will take 25 as a common factor. So if I take 25 as a common factor, it going to become a 5 out of root. जब root से बाहर हो जाएगा 5 बन जाएगा, and then we are left with 9 by 25 minus x square dx. So I can write 1 by 5 as a constant outside the integral. So 1 upon under root 9 by 25 can written as 3 by 5 the whole square minus x square dx. Now it is exactly in the form of formula number 4. Under root of a square minus x square. Formula number 4. Apply this formula to get the answer. That's all. I is equal to 1 by 5 into sine inverse of x by a. A means 3 by 5 plus c. And do the reciprocal to get the final answer. I is equal to 1 by 5 into sine inverse of 5x upon 3 plus c. So friends, I think definitely you have understood this technique. Substitution, small things you need to substitute. So small thing you need to take common to modify the question into one of these 6 formulas to directly write the its answer. And we'll take the last one. I'm just giving the hint over here. Here you can see in this question the tan x derivative is sec square x. Hence, let this tan x is equal to t in the question. Then derivative will vanish over here. Then we are left with 1 upon under root t square plus 4. 4 can written as 2 square. Hence 1 upon under root t square plus 2 square. That is again formula number 6. So take this hint and just do yourself, just like a homework, finish it off. And from the exercise, question number 1 to 9, please do practice these sums and try to derive these all 6 formulas from your end also, and try to remember these formulas, right, for this session even. Okay, so thank you all of you for watching me so long, and keep watching, keep learning, and keep growing. We'll meet in the next session. Based on this formulas, we are going to introduce some pattern of questions where you will learn how to solve this pattern, like 1 upon quadratic, 1 upon under root quadratic, linear upon quadratic, linear upon under root quadratic. So these 4 pattern questions are, you can say, pattern 1, you can say, let's say. So this pattern questions we are going to solve in the next session, which will be a part of the same exercise 7.4 itself. After 9, question number 10 to 15, whatever sums are based on this pattern. And again, we need a methodology for that. So before that, you need to finish this thing. Okay, I hope definitely you will do, and you won't be letting me down, right? So thank you all of you once again, and take care, and bye bye. See you soon in the next session.